You are watching Boise State News. Thanks for joining us. I am Carter Schmidt.
And howdy, I'm Drake Dittman.
Boise State is coming to a close, but has still been very busy at the NSU campus.
The Supreme Court justices were sworn in on Thursday, with political offices being sworn in this morning.
But first, let's take a look at Kristi Noem's visit to Boise State yesterday evening.
Kristi Noem recently came to Boise State to detail her past political career and how it had shaped her decision to run for the position of governor of South Dakota in 2018. Representative Noem also described recent pieces of legislation, such as the repeal of Obamacare and the issue of renewable energy. Finally, Representative Noem expressed her desire to foster increased communication among South Dakotans to create new, innovative programs designed to make South Dakota more competitive. After Representative Noem spoke, we interviewed her about her upcoming campaign and her plans for South Dakota if elected.
Well, we've got a campaign that'll be coming up where I throw my hat into the ring for governor. I'm excited about the opportunities that we have. South Dakota is a state that does a lot of things well. We've had good leadership in the past, but I think we have some unique opportunities to be really innovative, not only just to work on economic development issues, but workforce issues. I would like to tie state programs to that workforce development to allow our future generations to move into higher paying jobs and to pursue their careers right here at home. I think that many times we've been great stewards, but we need some fresh ideas to really bring that kind of prosperity and innovation into our economy that will really give us new industries to build the kind of revenue and future that our future generations are going to need.
Afterwards, Representative Noem told us about her plans for connecting with South Dakotans and spreading her message throughout the election.
I've always just traveled throughout the state on the weekends and when I'm home talking to people, sitting down in cafes, coffee shops, going into grain elevators, talking to businesses about what some of their concerns are. I love South Dakota, live here, my family, my kids go to a small public school in northeastern South Dakota. I just think that the best way to educate them on the vision that I have for South Dakota is to get out there and go to ball games, visit with people about those types of things.
Reporting from the Johnson Fine Arts Center, this is George Roy of Boise State News.
Noem wasn't the only political figure that stopped by yesterday. Senator Mike Rounds also made an appearance. Drake Dittman has the story.
The last speaker of 2017 Boise State was Senator Mike Rounds, who spoke this Thursday in the JFAC main auditorium. Senator Rounds spoke on current issues such as healthcare, education, and problems with Congress. During the assembly, there was enough time to fit some Q&As from the Boise Staters. The boys asked Rounds about potential amendments to the Affordable Care Act, renewable energy, and the $9.2 billion cut to education by the current administration in order to fund greater infrastructure. After the assembly, Senator Rounds commented on specific skill sets and how to leverage yourself in a working environment.
Have something to offer. Start by getting a background, get the right kind of an education or experience, and then share with other people your interests. Not so much that you want the office or the position, but that you want to do the work that's involved with the office.
Balancing a political and personal life can be very hard, but throughout his years in office, Rounds has done a successful job in finding that balance.
Really a challenge because, like right now, my work is in Washington, D.C. 3 days, about 3.5 days a week, but then when I come back to South Dakota, we have one day, Friday, in which to do activities and so forth. So we try to be with the family in the evenings or for special events. Most certainly on Sundays, I still take with the family. We do church and then we do breakfast traditionally after church as a way to keep everybody together and to let everybody see what's kind of going on. So I try to balance it, but sometimes it's more difficult when you're spending time in two different parts of the United States.
Starting at a young age, has contributed to Senator Rounds' interest in politics.
In politics, when I was in college, I was actively involved in what they call the Inter-Residence Hall Council, working to improve conditions for young people that were living on campus at South Dakota State University, interested in improving the food service opportunities there, the housing opportunities and so forth. And from there, I got involved in student government. I was a student senator at South Dakota State. And then after that, I got back out. I had a degree in political science from South Dakota State. Came back out and got into business. And I got into business because at some point, someday, I really wanted to be able to get back in and to work in public policy again. But I knew I had to be able to afford to do that. So we worked in the insurance business. We were able to have a good business, but part of that also meant giving back in terms of offering public service as well.
From the JFAC Main Auditorium, I'm Drake Dittman, and this is Boy State News.
Thank you again to Kristi Noem and Mike Rounds for visiting.
Up next, we follow the inspiring journey of one Boy Stater as he secured one of the top leadership positions. Boy State News reporter Caleb DeCam has the story.
TJ Bigge will tell you that he's just another Boy Stater, and he is. But the Secretary of State from New York had a goal from Boy State from the beginning.
So when I first arrived on Monday, my mom and my dad had told me previously, just try everything, throw your name out there. You never know what'll stick. And at first I was like, I'm gonna go for governor. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I saw all these other kids like, I'm gonna go for governor too. And I thought maybe I'll just let them handle that. Well then, next day came and I heard about the bar exam. I was like, what would be cool? I'm gonna try Supreme Court stuff. I'm gonna see if I can get up there. And that didn't really work out either. So I mean, believe it or not, this was kind of my third choice, but I'm glad looking back, I definitely would have made this my first choice.
Bigge's process to secretary wasn't easy, but he found inspiration within his city.
And so I threw my name in there for Secretary of State, and it was me and one other guy. And earlier in the week, one of the people in our city, he didn't get a thing, and he ran right after that. And the line he said was, "Last night I took the L, but tonight I bounced back." And I felt like I gotta use it. So that was my line for the state nomination, and they gave it to me.
Bigge's advice to Boy Staters comes from his parents and what they told him.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing that my parents told me. Just go for it. You never know. You never really know what you're gonna get to do. You never know how things are gonna turn out. You can try and fail, and that's a lot better than just never having tried at all.
Bigge's drive is inspired by his dad, who is currently serving in Kuwait.
Real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to my dad. He's deployed overseas right now. Dad, I did it.
From Boy State News, this is Caleb DeCam.
What a great story. But now, all eyes on one Houston citizen this week.
That's right, Gavin 2K Mactimus wants to become the new face of South Dakota Boy State, and his fellow citizens couldn't agree more.
The old face is old, and the new face is 2K, okay?
2K. 2K's got that charisma, he's got that face. When you look at his eyes, you just think, Boy State. Come here. Look at this! Look at that! Boy State. Boy State.
Best part about the Olympics is seeing my boy 2K over there. He looks like the perfect Boy Stater. I think if anyone were to see this guy and his real genuine smile, they would think, wow, Boy State must be an amazing experience that everyone should go and enjoy. So, bringing me to my next point, I think 2K himself should be the next face of Boy State. There's an old person on the cover, and he's been there for a while, so I think it's time for a change, which is 2K, okay?
You can find this picture on the South Dakota Boy State Facebook.
Show your support by liking and sharing the picture as well as this video.
Next up, it was a crazy night out on the field as the Boy State Olympics took place.
We have a short montage of the fun. Enjoy.
I like tug of war best because that is intense. Competition.
The flower fluffing. Some good tug of war battles.
get all the flour out of the bowl.
What are you doing?
City spirit, how much cheer we have for each other, and the drive that I can see in our people.
I enjoy the camaraderie that comes with it. When we first got here, none of us knew each other, but now we're all working together as a team, and we're trying to win these events.
Phoenix, baby.
Dude, my favorite thing must have been the flower floof. I mean, I got covered everywhere, and it was awesome to see. I mean, we're all coming together, and it's really a blast.
Right about the Olympics so far? Well, Canada took a really big lead. No, it's been really fun. There's a big diversity with everything. Flower floofing, obviously, and yeah, good team spirit. Go Phoenix.
Yeah, I guess a really good thing about the Olympics is that everyone can kind of like come together and like perform and do their best in something, and like we can all just become stronger together, bigger unit, bigger state, and it really just helps us with everything. Go Houston. Yeah, my favorite thing about the Olympics is the fact that everyone kind of has their own thing that they're good at, and you can kind of see everyone's different talents. And I really thought that was a good way to bring everything together.
It's a good way to work off all the energy we built up after listening to speakers for a few hours.
Winning tug of war is pretty nice.
Good job, keep going.
How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I'm ready to go. Put me back in.
We have results from last night. Coming in at a third place tie, it was New York and San Antonio. Second place was Detroit, and the boys state Olympics champion was the city of Houston. Good job, everyone.
As a reminder, don't forget to follow South Dakota Boys State on Facebook and Twitter using the official hashtag BoysState75.
That's it for the news. Thanks for joining in with us this week.
This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I hope that all Boys Staters have picked up skills they could bring back home.
Signing off from the NSU campus, I'm Drake Dittman.
And I'm Carter Schmidt.
Stay classy, Boys State.